Hey everybody, Chris with Perfection Lawn and Landscape. Just wanted to shoot a quick video on French drains and surface drains and drainage in general. We are getting a ton of rain this winter, and we're getting a lot of calls about people's yards that are flooded, and so we have a lot of questions that people are asking, and so I just wanted to go over some things and go over the way we do things that may be a little different than other contractors. So we'll go through a few pictures here that I'll show you some work that we did and how we did it and why we did it. So this was a French drain we put in a few years ago. On this particular project, all the rain was coming off this hill. This is for surface water was coming across the driveway, but also after a rain, actually for days after a rain, the water would continue coming off the hill, leaching off the hill and going across the driveway. And so there would constantly be water coming across the driveway for days after rain. And so what we did was we put in a French drain system, but also put in surface drains that I'll show you. Let's go to the next slide. So here it shows where we dug out the ditch, shows our pipe in the background. And so what we like to do is to dig out our ditch, and then we'll hand dig, clean everything out, all the loose stuff, basically make a good ditch for our rock to go in. The next thing we do, that most contractors that I see don't do, is put in a geosynthetic fabric. This fabric is not landscape fabric. It's actually a woven fabric designed for soil separation. You can actually put this fabric underneath a hose or a faucet, and water will flow right through it. So it doesn't impede the water, but it does keep all the mud, dirt, and trash from entering your system and eventually clogging it. Because that's what happens, and what we see a lot on failed systems is people will put the rock in, they'll put the pipe in, but they don't put this in. And then after a few years, all this mud leaches into the gravel and leaches into the pipe and stops the pipe up. And then there's no other option other than dig everything back out and start over. So we choose to spend a little more money and put this fabric in, a little more time, and we actually, what we call is burrito wrap this whole entire rock mass. So we'll put the fabric on the bottom, and then we have it over the top, and then we just flip it over. When we get done, backfill with dirt. You never know we were there, but all of that rock is encased in fabric. This is our rock in the background that I'll show you. Here in just a second, another view of our rock. We also use a number 4 rock, which is a little bigger rock. It helps the water to flow through, creates a few more voids in that rock for that water to get in. And the way a French drain works, that water leaches, that water comes across, it pulls all the water out of the ground. A lot of people call this a curtain drain as well, so it's a curtain drain or French drain. And what it basically does is get rid of that groundwater. So French drain is good for getting rid of groundwater. It's not great for surface water because the surface water tends to just run right over top of it. But what we do in most situations is we'll put drain boxes in to capture surface water, and then we always put those drain boxes are tied to a separate pipe, so it doesn't compromise your French drain system if they were to ever get clogged up. And we'll take a look at that now. So this is the pipe we use for French drains. It's a little different than most people use. Most people will use a slotted black corrugated tile. This pipe is way heavier. It's way thicker. It's a virgin plastic pipe that's designed specifically for French drains. We ordered this from out of state. You can't get it locally, but it does have huge slits or slots, mind you, not slits. It's actually slots that allow for a huge amount of water to enter that pipe and to exit out. This pipe was tied to our surface drains, which are, you can see one up there. But we do that so again, if I tied all this to this pipe, it's going to compromise this system. Eventually mud, there'll be some mud and stuff get in this pipe from, these there's a chance of getting mud. There's not a great chance, but there is a chance of mud getting in this pipe, and we don't want that to clog up our French drain system. And so we do it, like I said, we spend a little more money. This pipe's more expensive. The fabric's more expensive. We spend more money on things that'll work for the long haul. So that's just an overview of French drains in general, surface drains. Like I said, right now we're getting a ton of rain. If you have water where you don't want it in your on your property, give us a call. Let us come take a look at it. You know, we've got a lot of solutions that we can do. We can put in leach field systems. We can put in pumps to pump water out. So give us a call. We've designed a lot of systems at this point. Our office number is 270-754-3616. You can call that number and get on our schedule. We'll come out and take a look at your property and hopefully get you a solution. Thanks.